loves, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and I am at the gallery today for the Zodiac series. This one's kind of special because it is the summer solstice. We're halfway through the year. So these readings, this spread of mine is going to be about your energy of the last 6 months and how that's influencing your path, your creative path now, and what you need to know about it. So happy summer solstice, and let's get started. This reading is for Scorpio, whose correlating major arcana card is the Death card. This is the Artist card, here to represent you as the open vessel, ready to receive whatever source can draw from the well of infinite creativity. So this spread, Scorpio, we are going to use the Muse deck and ask, what energy from the past 6 months is now fueling my creative practice? Then we are going to ask with the Light Seers deck, how is the energy influencing my creative path? And then third, with the Creativity Oracle, we are going to ask, what about this energy needs to be explored in depth? And then we're going to ask what else Source would guide you with over the next 6 months, or any part of that over the next 6 months, so anytime. We're going to follow up with the cards of truth and the Lenormand cards and see what Source would like to share with you. So let's find out what energy from the past 6 months is now fueling your creative practice. Let's see what the Muse deck has to say. The Priestess, very nice. So fertility, abundance, like the garden of variety of whatever it is you need. She's this connector between spirit and the groundedness of here on earth. You, Scorpio, being a fixed water sign, you know exactly what this is like. Very, very intuitive, your own self. Ruling the 8th house and all of that goes with it. The occult and investigating the afterlife and all of that you bring with you into this life in order to make the most of it. All right, so we've got the Priestess. We know you've got that intuitive, creative connection going on. This is very lovely so far, very nice. Let's see what the cards of truth have. Queen of Hearts, even better. Okay, so you want something done, you give it to the queens. They are busy and they give to society. And here we are looking at on an emotional level. She also incorporates the 4s, 5s, and 6, which 4 is stability. 5 is just learning what works through what doesn't work. It is trial and error. And then 6 is back to being stability and validation from an outside source. So queens are givers, they're doers, but they are also, when in the right place, know exactly where to put their energy at the right time, in the right place. They are just incredibly adept at what they do. So this is great. Let's see what the Lenormand card has. Ooh, the snake. Where did this come from? Huh. I'll read it to you. Vile is the serpent who lulls with a bite. Be not indulgent or slow to the fight. Flee every moment. She turns on the charm. This poised opponent will bring you to harm. Well, did you already fight this battle? Or is this something that is about to come to a head where you are just realizing that the snake has been in your garden of Eden here to that beautiful connection that you have between Earth and the outer realms? Wow, this is interesting to read into, isn't it? Is it someone that's coming across to something like this? Or is this a part of you that needs to be explored? Maybe you've been doing all of this work and it just hasn't come to fruition. I mean, usually this is something from within. So it could represent a part of you that's not quite gotten on board with the lesson here, with whatever energy the priestess is delivering. It's interesting, she's got this moon shape in her hand here and pointing to her other hand. So moon guided, as you would be, even though your planet is Mars and Pluto, depending on whether you want to do the traditional or not. But I like saying Mars, honestly, for Scorpio, even though Pluto does play a part as well. You could go either way. But basically, it is you figuring it out. Maybe a part of you that needs to be a little more receptive, right? Because there's no sense in biting yourself in your own ass, right? It is something that you've got all of this beautiful, right, intuitive energy going on here. There may be some little piece that is messing with that. All right, so and also with the Death card being your card, knowing that it is figuring out what needs to be let go so that you can find something that is going to suit you better. All right, well, let's move on to the second row and see if there's more information here for this, because this is going to be about how is the energy influencing your creative path right now. That snake and this beautiful abundance of intuition. So you got the King of Wands. So this is you going about your day-to-day work and reward and what you're doing for a living and how well that's going for you. You got the king. Kings sacrifice for the greater good. They are doing whatever at the top of their game. Got this beautiful lion in the background there with a torch. Yeah, you've got all that going for you. So, okay. You are ready. You feel like you have everything you need in order to keep on keeping on. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's see. 9 of Clubs in reverse. So the 9s are K2 energy, and the 9 of Clubs is the Hermit energy. And when they're in reverse, I see them as being a little stuck or not quite aware of them yet, or maybe just aware but not quite sure what to do with it. And I am going to remind you at this point too, Scorpio, you are a fixed water sign. So emotional, right? And it could be that you might be a little bit reluctant to look at something that the death card would represent as needing a revision about something that you have brought with you from a past life, and it is so ingrained and so at the ready for you that it just is a part of who you are. But that part is holding you back. Wow. We need to open up that vision, Scorpio, and have a good look, because the King of Wands is a king, and they can be pretty stubborn too. All right, Lenormand, let's see what you've got. The tree in reverse. This is not being able to see the forest for the trees. So you're not quite aware of whatever it is that needs to have a closer look. Some ingrained something about you. So clubs, intellectual pursuits. This is air energy. It is, like I said, the hermit energy. It is about putting all your ducks in a row, knowing exactly what way to go. It's actually called the Right Direction Pathfinder card. And you can see he looks like he is on his path, ready to go. And you're aware of it, but you're not quite sure what to do with it because you see it, but you just don't know how to get through the forest of it. So you know what it is, Scorpio. And it has to do with your connection to Source. Listening to your daimon, something that you might not be willing to have a look at quite yet, but you have that understanding that it's going to become necessary in order for you to make the most of this creativity that's being handed to you here. So let's look at the third row and find out with the Creativity Oracle, what about this energy needs to be explored in more depth? Introspection. It's an interesting card here before I read it. Kind of looks like a king. Kind of looks like the Tin Man. He needed a heart. But there's some temple back here, and it almost looks like a graveyard. Does this look like a temple? All right. He's holding something in his hand. I can't quite tell what that is, but it kind of looks like a sword. All right, let's see what it says. Introspection is often necessary to deepen our awareness of the unity and divinity of life. That is so speaking to the rest of this spread. Introspection is often necessary to deepen our awareness of the unity and divinity of life. So on your life path, understanding that you have to find a way to accept and embrace and be grateful for whatever life lesson the divine has for you, because it is going to enrich your life beyond what you could imagine. So I am going to leave that face up because I really cannot tell what this is either, but it almost looks like a prayer wheel, which it could certainly be. where they just, turn it. You could look it up and you'll know more what that prayer wheel is about. Very interesting. But it's like a prayer that if you swing it around 100 times, it helps the wish come true. So, or your ask. Let's see what this is. Okay, so you've got the 7 of Spades in reverse. Okay, so Tower moments. So you really got to let go of that stubbornness, because Source is coming in and it's going to make it very clear. Very clear. And right now it's saying that you're not totally open to it. Let's just see what this card is. Oh, good. The Gentleman card. That's lovely here, because it is saying that this message is helping you open to whatever intellectual pursuit it is that you're not quite ready to take a look at. But something's going to pop. Something is going to come your way as a gift from your daimon through Source, or from Source through your daimon, because you are so very intuitive and so connected. The Priestess card. This is the abundance that all you have to do is tap. Just ask, and it is yours, Scorpio. So yeah, something that you have recently come to realize isn't quite working for you could be tweaked and be helping you instead of hindering you. It's something that you are emotionally attached to, but you are of a caliber that you are able to see it, and once you accept it, are going to have every tool in the box to deal with it. Right now, you maybe even already know what that is, or you wouldn't have gotten the forest for the tree around the intellectual pursuits that are slightly blocked. You may be aware of it, you just don't know what path as a king would travel, because you wouldn't have it any other way. You were going to do it. You're going to do it at the top of your game in the right way. Kindness for self, but strength of character as well. Beautiful. Yeah, so sevens of spades, finding remedies and cures. So again, not quite sure what that looks like, but it looks like you're going to get some help from Source. All right. So yeah, let's move on to see what Source would else share with you and guide you. And we're going to do the astrology dice first and find out what part of your astrology chart, your birth chart, you might want to take a look at. If you're into the cards of truth, excellent way to look at this too, and see what transits and positions we've got. Ooh, look at that, Scorpio. There you are. And the 11th house. That's not a bad place to be. And you got the moon card. Moon die. Very nice, because we are at the summer solstice and there is a new moon about to happen, or just happened, or in the vicinity. I can't remember exactly what day that is. It's coming through, but all good. So moon energy. Moon is reflecting the sun. The sun is self. The moon is your inner self. So some light will definitely be shining on this for you. So pay attention to the moon cycles And the 11th house is pretty interesting too. So that's Aquarius ruled, which is another water barrier sign. Well, it's the water barrier sign. It's air and it's fixed as well. So be careful around all that fixed energy. The 11th house is about your friends and your hopes and your wishes, which is all about that connection to the high priestess and your source, your guide, your daimon is here to help you. So relax around that a little bit. Maybe write a petition, light a candle, and ask in a positive way, make sure it's a positive, to have help opening to whatever this is that needs to be tweaked. Have it be brought to you in a kind and empathetic way that you can look at it and allow it to just come in and be there, because you are promised such amazing, juicy energy to reap. It is pretty darn beautiful. And you've got all of this kingly and priestess energy here. Absolutely fantastic. All right, so let's see what you got for star seed. You got choice. By staying conscious to your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice, along with a little help and a little allowance. I love my Scorpios. I have a sister who's a Scorpio. Yep. Okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. Fantastic. I'm so glad. This is a full moon in Libra. So take a look in your chart about where the full moon is. Again, pay attention to those moon cycles. You've got every aspect going on here, and your hopes and wishes and your friends, right? All good stuff. Look to that to open you up and open those doors to see what's beyond that initial shutdown of you're fine. And you'll be finding that kingly path to take. Very beautiful. Well, Scorpio, I certainly hope this helped and resonates in some which way. And as always, best of luck to you and happy creating.